Hello everyone. Welcome to this video on optimizing clusters and workloads for reliability and cost efficiency using workload right-sizing. Cost optimization in Kubernetes can be complex, and you don't want your actions to negatively impact your application's performance and reliability. So, to help you optimize your Kubernetes clusters and workloads, we have identified the following golden signals, which allow you to run reliable, performant, and cost-efficient workloads on Kubernetes. Check out the links in the description to see a video overview of the golden signals. In this video, we will explore the first signal, workload right-sizing. The content creator for this course is Samara Casa, who is a technical account manager from Google Cloud Consulting. Samara curated the information in this video to give you a deeper understanding of optimizing your Kubernetes clusters and workloads for reliability and cost efficiency. Let's dive right in. Over the next few minutes, we will explore workload right-sizing, resource requests and limits and their role in right-sizing, some of the tools available in GKE to help you with workload right-sizing, and some resources for you to follow up with. So, what does workload right-sizing mean? Workload right-sizing is the process of adjusting the size of resources to match your actual usage. This can not only help you save money, but can also improve the performance of your applications. Workload resource requests are often substantially over-provisioned. Right-sizing is the biggest opportunity to reduce resource waste and to control costs. To avoid over-provisioning, you should first raise awareness within technical teams about the importance of setting resource requests, and then focus on right-sizing your workloads. Next, let's discuss resource requests and limits. To reduce resource waste and avoid intermittent issues with performance and reliability, it is critical to understand your application capacity requirements to appropriately set resource requests. Let's investigate how resource requests play a prominent role in making your applications reliable, performant, and cost-effective. Kubernetes uses CPU and memory requests for bin packing, scheduling, cluster autoscaling, and horizontal workload autoscaling, and resource requests to classify a pod's quality of service (QoS) class. When Kubernetes creates a pod, it assigns one of these quality of service classes to the pod. Kubernetes relies on the pod's quality of service class to make decisions about which pods should be immediately killed when a given node's utilization approaches its capacity. If resource requests are not set, best effort class is assigned to the pods. Whenever Kubernetes needs to reclaim resources at node pressure, without any warning or graceful termination, best effort pods are the first to be killed, potentially causing disruption to the overall application. Now, there might be certain scenarios where you consciously use the best effort quality of service class to maximize resource utilization. The key here is that it's a conscious decision. In essence, there's nothing wrong with using the best effort quality of service class, as long as you understand its behavior and its outcomes. Note that if you think the best effort class is not appropriate to your workloads and you do not want Kubernetes to assign best effort class to your pods, you can create guardrails either in the CI/CD pipeline or within the Kubernetes cluster. When you've correctly set resource requests, Kubernetes scheduler can use them to decide on which node to place your pod. This guarantees that pods are being placed in nodes that make them function normally, leading to better workload stability and reduced resource waste. Defining resource limits helps ensure that the application never uses all the available underlying infrastructure provided by the computing nodes. Note that if you have burstable workloads, a best practice is to set container resources to use the same amount of memory for requests and limits, and a larger or unbounded CPU limit. Figuring out actual used, requested, and allocated resources at scale is difficult, but here's some good news. When you run a workload on GKE, you can use the Cost Optimization Insights feature to understand workload-specific resource request suggestions and workload right-sizing opportunities right in the console. As you can see here, the bar charts represent the relationship between usage, requests, and limits for a defined time window. Dark green represents CPU and memory usage, light green represents CPU and memory requests, gray represents CPU and memory limits, and yellow represents scenarios in which CPU and memory usage exceeds requests. If an entire bar is dark green, this means that you don't have requests set for a workload, which is not a best practice. If there's too much light green next to dark green, you may have workloads that are over-provisioned during the defined time window. A yellow bar indicates requests are not set high enough for a workload, which can be a performance and reliability risk. These color codes make it easier to quickly identify workloads that need requests and limits tuned for either cost optimization, stability, or reliability. In scenarios where you need to increase or reduce CPU and memory requests, GKE integrates recommendations from the Kubernetes Vertical Pod Autoscaler, VPA, directly into its workload console. On a specific workloads page, navigate to Workloads, Actions, Scale, Scale Compute Resources. Remember that these recommendations are based on historical usage data, so it's important to coordinate with workload owners to ensure that the suggestions make sense for the workloads. You can also enable vertical pod autoscaling to automatically update the resource requests that best fit the needs of your workloads based on the CPU and memory usage. To configure vertical pod autoscaling, navigate to the Workloads, Actions, Autoscale, Vertical Pod Autoscaling. You can also use Cloud Monitoring Dashboard for GKE to get visibility into your Kubernetes workloads. Cloud Monitoring Dashboard for GKE offers you a comprehensive view of your GKE clusters from many different projects. This will enable you to manage your workloads by identifying performance risks for best effort and burstable workloads. Additionally, you can set up alerts for your workloads to notify you when they're at risk for performance and reliability. In this video, you learned about the importance of setting resource requests for performant and reliable applications. In addition, you learned how configuring appropriate requests can help reduce resource waste and decrease costs. Check out the links in the description to learn more about right-sizing your workloads and to try tools and techniques to optimize your workloads. We hope you found this video helpful. Check out the links in the description to view a video on how to reduce costs by scaling down clusters during low demand periods without compromising application reliability and performance. Thanks for watching! To learn more, check out our special report on the state of Kubernetes cost optimization, which is a cloud-agnostic, quantitative research study based on anonymized real-world usage data. The report examines how Kubernetes capabilities and signals can help identify key areas you should prioritize to achieve greater reliability and cost efficiency. Check the description for the link.